My dear friends, let us reflect on something that happens to many of us, yet we often dismiss it as nothing more than a small inconvenience. You wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., often with the need to urinate. You get up half asleep, walk to the bathroom, and quickly return to bed, hoping to fall asleep again. It feels ordinary, even annoying. But as Paramahansa Yogananda taught, life is never just ordinary. Hidden behind the smallest events are the whispers of the divine. So why does this awakening happen most often between 3 and 5 a.m.? Why not midnight or later in the morning? In the ancient yogic tradition, this time is known as Brahma Muhurta, the time of God. It is considered the most sacred window of the day, a time when the atmosphere is charged with calmness, when the vibrations of the earth are subtle, and when the soul naturally feels a pull toward higher awareness. Saints, sages, and yogis have always risen at this time to meditate. Yogananda himself encouraged his disciples to make use of this golden hour, because even a few minutes of meditation then bring more spiritual benefit than hours of effort at other times. But what if you didn't plan to wake up? What if your body forced you awake with a physical urge? Here lies the hidden blessing. Perhaps the bladder is just a messenger, but the real message comes from your soul. Yogananda reminded us that we are not bodies, not restless minds, but immortal souls. And the soul sometimes nudges us awake because it longs for God, and this is the hour when communion is easiest. This is the shocking truth. Waking up at that hour is not just biology, it is also destiny. God is knocking at your door, saying, "Wake up, my child. Remember me." The question is, will you answer? Science says that during these hours, the body is in its deepest rest. Temperature is low, melatonin is high, and organs are repairing. Yet spiritually, something deeper occurs. The consciousness is closest to the astral realms, and the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinner. Waking up then, even briefly, gives you a unique opportunity to touch the infinite. What should you do when this happens? Yogananda would say, do not waste it. After you relieve your body, pause before returning to sleep. Sit quietly on your bed, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Inhale thinking, God is with me. Exhale thinking, I am with God. Even 2 or 3 minutes of such remembrance can fill your soul with peace. And as you go back to sleep, you will find your rest deeper and your morning lighter, as though you carried divine energy with you into your dreams. Some people feel fear at this hour because of cultural superstitions that call 3 a.m. the witching hour. But fear is only ignorance. In yogic truth, these are not hours of darkness, they are hours of light. If you feel uneasy, simply call on God's name, chant Om, or offer a prayer. Fear will vanish, replaced by a sense of divine embrace. Yogananda often said, when the world sleeps, the devotee who wakes and calls upon God receives special blessings. So if you are awake at this sacred time, you are not cursed, you are chosen. Think of the symbolism. Each night when you sleep, you die to the world. Each morning when you wake, you are reborn. But when you wake in the silence of 3 to 5 a.m., it symbolizes your soul's longing to awaken from ignorance into wisdom, from darkness into light. To recognize this is to transform an ordinary interruption into a divine appointment. The next time this happens to you, remember, it is not an accident. It is not random. It is the divine's way of touching you. Do not miss the chance. Use even a few seconds to pray, meditate, or simply whisper God's name. You will discover that what once felt like a disturbance becomes a blessing. a secret gift that nourishes your spirit. So my beloved friends, let us never again look at waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. as a nuisance. Instead, let us see it as an opportunity, an invitation, a call from the infinite. For those who respond, life begins to change. Peace deepens, intuition awakens, and the soul feels God's presence more and more. That is the hidden gift, the truth revealed by Yogananda's wisdom. What seems like biology is, in fact, a doorway to the divine.